Earlier this month, the Russian Foreign Minister, Sergey Lavrov, paid a visit to Burkina Faso, where he met with President Ibrahim Traore. Russia is regarded as a staunch ally of Burkina Faso and a supporter in its fight against the insecurity that has plagued the country, so it was not a surprise that during the recent visit of the Russian Foreign Minister, he pledged to provide more support to Burkina Faso to help combat insurgency. Accompanied on the trip by Russian Deputy Defense Minister Yevkurov, Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov stated that Russia will increase the number of military instructors in Burkina Faso. He said, "Russian instructors are working here, and their number will increase. At the same time, we are training members of the armed forces and law enforcement agencies of Burkina Faso in the Russian Federation." He also added that Russia intends to supply Burkina Faso with military products to strengthen the country's defense capability, although he didn't specify which military products would be provided. Lavrov also appreciated the objective and fair position of Burkina Faso on the war in Ukraine. "For our part, we are ready to provide our support for the just cause of Africans who are trying to free themselves from neo-colonial influence," he added. Now, in fulfillment of the pledge recently, dozens of Russian military instructors have arrived in Burkina Faso. According to an African diplomatic source, speaking on condition of anonymity, 2 rotations of planes carrying Russian instructors have arrived in Burkina Faso. He added that the flights came from neighboring Mali, which has also forged close ties with Russia. Another independent source has also confirmed the arrival of the instructors, a term used for former fighters from Russia's Wagner mercenary group, now regrouped under a new body called the Africa Corps. Now, the reason for this is that the Burkinabe army was recently hit with one of the deadliest attacks in recent times by insurgents. This attack occurred on June 11th in the Mansilla area near the border with Niger. According to several reports, armed men attacked the military base in Mansilla, leading to the death of around 100 soldiers and many more missing. The report also added that several hundred civilians fled Manila for neighboring towns in search of safety. The site intelligence group also confirmed the report, stating that fighters stormed a military post in the town, where they killed 107 soldiers and took control of the site. 5 days after the attack, JNIM, a group linked to the Al-Qaeda, came out to say that they were responsible for the attack. The group shared several videos online of JNIM fighters riding motorbikes and shooting relentlessly in a remote village of mud-walled buildings. They also shared videos of raging gunfire around the army base. Another video showed a display of ammunition and dozens of weapons, and at least 7 captured Burkina Faso soldiers. The armed forces have since blockaded Mansilla, and it is not possible to enter the city without a military convoy. Speaking on the issue, President Traore said the military had launched an operation after the attack and sent reinforcement troops. However, he did not address a claim by JNIM that it carried out the attack. According to Analysts, the June 11th attack was one of the worst setbacks in terms of losses that the military has suffered since fighting first spilled over from neighboring Mali in 2015. Burkina Faso was still reeling from the losses when at about 3 p.m. on June 12th, gunshots rang out around the premises of the Radio Television du Burkina, RTB, the national television network in Ouagadougou. The station is close to the presidential palace, where Traore was meeting with the Council of Ministers at the time. It was reported that a rocket hit the parking area of the TV station. In a video report by the RTB and photos online, cars on the station's premises looked to be riddled with bullet marks, and signs of a projectile that landed in the compound were noticeable. The incident resulted in 2 minor injuries, quickly taken care of by the Presidential Health Service. Initially, the government kept mute on the incident, but Traore later visited the broadcaster and said it was friendly fire. "Those who are there to protect you are the ones who unfortunately caused the incident," he said. "It's part of their duties. In wanting to check a certain number of things, unfortunately, someone, mistakenly, fired the shot." Whether or not this is true is not clear, but it's obvious that Traore was trying not to cause panic. However, the June 11th attack and the shootout at the TV station have fueled rumors of dissent within the army. When Traore went unphotographed for a few days between June 12th and June 14th and did not release any statements, speculation over his whereabouts mounted. An alert from Army Chief General Celestine Simpour for troops to be ready at their barracks on June 13th and hovering helicopters over Ouagadougou that day added to the uncertainty. Even before the Mansilla and RTB attacks, there was already speculation about internal tensions within the military. Military sources told French broadcaster RFI that the 12th of June state TV attack was linked to the army's internal situation and that things are not good. On June 14th, however, Traore shared images where he is seen donating blood at his residence. While speaking at RTB, Traore denied claims of mutiny in the army and said that it was just propaganda from Western media. There's absolutely nothing to it, he said, adding that the hovering helicopters were carrying reinforcing troops to Mansilla. We are here. We mustn't listen to these individuals who are trying to distract people. We're not running away. We're not backing down. We're not giving up. He also added, this unfounded and misleading information is the work of ill-intentioned individuals and small groups with nefarious designs. These allegations aim to sow doubt, to create psychosis in public opinion, and to demoralize the troops strongly engaged in the fight for the liberation of our people. Analysts, however, say big attacks are often precursors to realignments in the military, and thus rebellion. In other words, there might be a coup to oust Traore from power. Recall that earlier on May 17th, local media reported shootings around the presidential palace itself. There are scant details of that attack, but official statements claim a lone armed person attacked guards stationed at the palace and was quickly subdued. That attack made it the 9th time that an attempted coup or assassination attempt was carried out. There have been speculations that the shootout at the state TV station is part of mutiny within the military. Ulf Lassing, head of the Sahel program at the Konrad Adenauer Foundation, told Al Jazeera that the government is trying to fight the armed groups but has not recruited professional soldiers to do so. They recruited 50,000 volunteers, many of whom got only a short period of training. So they're kind of vulnerable to losses, and it is not very efficient, unfortunately. Almost every day now, there are incidents like this, he said. Right now, you have 50–60% of Burkina Faso's territory which is outside government control. The government is trying hard, they're buying weapons, and they have a military partnership with Russia, but they're not very successful, he added. Now, how has the Burkinabe public reacted? For the first time, the Traore administration has been criticized online by some Burkinabes. They accuse Traore and his government of failing to address the security crisis despite acquiring modern military equipment. The coward Ibrahim Traore is hiding, Sagnon, a Facebook page with 11,000 followers said, further expressing shock at the scale of the militant attack. Mansilla, the pain is very deep. The least that can be done is to communicate. We need to know what happened, said Idrissa Badini, a blogger with 7,100 followers on Facebook. Another Facebook user, Henry Sebgo, said the lack of reaction showed the military rulers' lack of compassion. However, others have defended the junta and accused jealous forces of working to destabilize Burkina Faso and the alliance of Sahel states, which also includes Mali and Niger. Senator Cletus Official, another popular Facebook page, alleged that enemies of the alliance of Sahel states were behind the rocket attack on RTB. So, what can we glean from all this? There is no doubt that President Traore is trying his best to deal with the insecurity, but in our opinion, there are external forces at work trying to undermine his efforts. It seems as if the more he tries, the more the insecurity crisis increases. There is no doubt that there are forces such as France that might have paid those insurgents to carry out that attack, which would then lead to discontent within the army and even among the Burkinabe masses, which is exactly what has happened. Discontent and mutiny within the army would lead to a coup which would remove Traore and put in someone who would be an ally of the West. Hopefully, that doesn't happen. All we can do is pray that Traore succeeds in his quest to fight the insurgents, because if more attacks occur, then there might just be a coup. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video.